I chose to study abroad because as an accounting and Chinese major, I knew I wanted to study in a country where I would have exposure to both. Like Shanghai is the financial capital of mainland China, and it was a country where I would get to practice using my Mandarin, which I'd worked for 3 years to develop.
I think one of my favorite experiences in China was in Tiger Leaping Gorge on spring break. We went to the gorge and we were hiking for 8 hours, and that night we all just, the 9 of us, sat on a bench looking at the stars and talking and listening to like American music on one of my friend's iPods, and it was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had. I wouldn't give it up for the world.
While I was in Shanghai, I took 4 classes. 1 class was Chinese and 3 others that were like sociology, theology classes. My Chinese class was different from my Notre Dame class because it only had 6 students in it, and it was 2 hours per day, 4 days per week.
I think they were pretty interesting because a lot of the professors wanted to get you involved with China, so they would take you on field trips so that you could kind of connect what you're learning in the classroom to like real China.
You did have the choice if you wanted to take like sociology and Chinese, you could take sociology and Chinese.
Living in Shanghai was fun. It was actually quite easy because it's sort of a very Western city, but at the same time very Chinese.
I loved like the energy you felt there in Shanghai. There's always thousands of people walking around on the street no matter what time of day or night. The food was amazing. Like you walk down any street and all the little vendors. I don't know, they had the most delicious food there.
It was nice to be an American there. So I love living in Shanghai, especially being able to jump on the subway and go wherever you want.
While I was abroad in China, I did a couple really cool trips. My favorite was probably when I backpacked through Vietnam, Thailand, and Cambodia with my girlfriend. So that was a really fun trip. I also took a week-long trip to Hong Kong and Macau and visited several corporate visits and visited the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. So that tied in nicely with my business major.
I also traveled to a couple cities right outside Shanghai, to Beijing in the north. That was the program that we're in, CIEE, arranges some of these trips. So our Beijing trip was like arranged by them, so we just went along for the ride. And then spring break, we went to southern China, which was so much fun. I think one of the great things about this program is you don't have classes on Fridays, so it gives you a lot more freedom for weekend travel, and that they encourage you to travel and help arrange travel. So
the sense of community in Shanghai was a little different than at Notre Dame because there were actually only 7 Notre Dame students that went my semester. But it was fun because we were in a building in a program with about 100 other students from all different colleges in the country. And so we actually made new friends.
I think the community is just as strong, partly because there are only about 95 of you and none of you speak really great Chinese, so you're kind of forced to bond really quickly with the people around you. And everyone's looking to meet new people and make friends. So the professors there were